Imagine uncovering a secret so terrifying that it forces an entire ranch to be evacuated. The Skinwalker Ranch, long shrouded in mystery and tales of the paranormal, recently became the epicenter of such a discovery. Known for its inexplicable phenomena, from UFO sightings to strange animal behavior, the ranch has intrigued and frightened researchers and thrill seekers alike. But what could be so alarming that it would compel authorities to clear the area entirely? This latest revelation promises to shed light on the dark secrets hidden within the ranch's eerie landscape. What did they find that made staying there simply too dangerous? There have been strange events at Skinwalker Ranch in northeastern Utah, USA, for the past 20 years. Navajo stories talk about a monster called the Skinwalker that lives mostly in the southwestern United States. This is where the name comes from. People think that skinwalkers are shapeshifters with magical abilities, like being able to turn into wolves, coyotes, or orioles. People say that they look for people to hurt and do bad things to them. People think that skinwalkers go out at night and look for people to kill. People have different ideas about whether or not talking about them will attract them or bring them bad luck. Accounts from decades ago by people who were there say also very different things. Cattle on the land have been hurt in a way that looks like surgery but doesn't have any blood. Many people have said they have seen UFOs in the sky, and some have said this place is cursed. In June 1996, Terry Sherman, his wife Gwen, their 10-year-old daughter, and their teenage son said they had seen 3 different kinds of UFOs over the course of 15 months. 3 of them were very big. One was 40 feet long and small, like a box. The other 2 were about the size of football fields. A second wave of light came from an orange ball that looked like an opening in the sky. They saw crop circles on flattened grass at that time too. There were 3 8-foot circles set up 30 feet apart, and in a nearby field, there were circles 3 feet wide and a foot or 2 deep. Many people are interested in Skinwalker Ranch in Utah because they say they have seen bright orbs, UFOs, and shapes that look like people there. While Terry Sherman was driving home, he heard guys talking in a language he didn't understand. Gwen Sherman saw a flying light following her. There were 7 cows in the family that were either dead or gone, and his dogs went crazy. The cows' deaths were strange. One had a cut in the middle of its left eye, and another had a 6-inch hole cut out of its rectum. Both times, there was a strange chemical smell, and some cows' hoof prints were left behind. Robert Bigelow paid $200,000 for the land on behalf of the National Institute for Discovery Science. By keeping an eye on the land, Bigelow was able to figure out what the strange claims were really about. Their surveillance was used as the basis for the book Hunt for the Skinwalker. Science confronts the unexplained at a remote ranch in Utah. Some researchers say they saw ghosts and other strange things, but the surveillance didn't find any physical proof to back up Sherman's crazy claims. For people who don't believe, the Shermans sold their house 18 months after moving in. For years, the Uinta Basin in eastern Utah has been a popular place to see ghosts. Some people think that what the Shermans saw was something that Native Americans had seen hundreds of years before. In 1997, biochemist Colum Kelleher saw a large creature that looked like a person watching their study team from a tree. The thing was in a tree 20 feet above the ground, about 50 yards away, watching the team. People have seen strange humanoid beings that look a lot like skinwalkers in the Navajo Nation, but Sherman's family land was about 400 miles away. The Navajo Nation and the Utes did not get along well. The Navajo were more violent and owned slaves, even though skinwalkers aren't part of the Ute religion. Some of the things that happen and people see at Skinwalker Ranch make sense in the context of Ute society. Bottle Hollow is a man-made lake on UT land that is close to the ranch. Other strange things have been seen or heard near it. A police officer saw a big light go into the lake, come back up, and then fly off into the night sky in 1998. 4 young guys who were not Indians stood on the reservoir in 2002. A very fast-moving belt of light left the top of Skinwalker Ridge and followed the ground as it went away. There were bad power sources in the Ute Springs and some rivers, so it makes sense that strange things happened around Bottle Hollow. Evil sprites or spirits would come up from the water and pull people in. After Robert Bigelow bought the Gorman Ranch, journalism student George Knapp went there and said it was a great place to learn about a lot of strange things. After the Bigelow team did a lot of spying, people who watch UFOs began to believe in plots. It's interesting to learn about Skinwalker Ranch because strange things kept happening there even when experts were paying close attention. They sold the land to Adamantium Real Estate Holdings, which is owned by Brandon Fugelhauer, in 2016. It is in the Uinta Basin and is called the Skinwalker Ranch. It is a live laboratory where many strange things have happened. Eric Bard, a plasma physicist, built a high-tech hub that runs the ranch's science project. The property is also wired with security systems that record any strange behavior. A lot of people on the site have been sick with unknown illnesses in the last few years, and a lot of workers at the place have had scary things happen to them. Frogs took over the land and lived underground without light, which is where the name Blind Frog comes from. Over the years, many people in the Uinta Basin have seen different kinds of UFOs, such as strange lights dancing across the sky at night and metal objects leaving behind lines that no one can explain. The Skinwalker Ranch mystery TV show and movie have tried to teach people about the strange things that happen in the area. Meteorites and rare metals like iridium have been found on the ranch, along with other strange rocks and minerals. These things might have something to do with aliens or strange natural events that scientists can't explain. They said they didn't feel safe and thought someone was watching them. Other people who went there said they heard or felt things they couldn't explain. This is it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then share your thoughts in the comments and also share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can never miss our video.